You looked at her, but did you see her? The curve of her smile caught your eye, the way she moved. Something in it stirred a hunger. But what if you missed everything? What if she wasn't a moment of pleasure, but a verse you were meant to read? Ibn Arabi wrote, "The real hides his names in the folds of creation. Only the heart can decode them." And woman is among the deepest folds. Every woman you've ever passed in silence, on the street, in the market, across a screen, was not just a woman. She was a sign, a living verse, a mirror held up by the divine, asking only one question: will you see me in her? But your eyes, were they reading or consuming? That is the test. It's not her fault if you fell. It's not her beauty that misled you. It's the shallowness of your seeing. For the mystic, beauty is not temptation. It is revelation. To look at a woman and see only form is like holding a scripture and never learning to read. You say, she's just a waitress. She's just a stranger. She's just a body. Number. She is not just anything. She is a name of God in motion. You don't have to worship her. But God dared to write himself into her smile, and you didn't even blink. This isn't a call to fall in love. This is a call to wake up. She's not asking to be claimed. She's asking to be recognized. So now tell me, you looked at her, but did you read her? The problem is not the curve of her body. It's the curve of your gaze. The eyes you see with. Are they hungry or are they humbled? Ibn Arabi said, "The seeker who falls to beauty has not fallen because of the form. He has fallen because of the eye that sees without heart." A woman walks into the room. She's not showing off. She's just being. But the room shifts. Your chest tightens. Something inside you starts to burn, and you call it her fault. But ask yourself honestly, who gave your gaze permission to turn her into an object? She was born as breath, as rhythm, as mercy, not as a screen for your projection. You can dress your lust in 1,000 excuses, but the real knows what kind of mirror you're holding. Do you see her skin, or the soul shimmering behind it? Do you react to her curves, or respond to her presence? Because you will only see what you are. The prophet wept in prayer. He walked beside women with tenderness. He looked without hunger, because his heart had already eaten. So the question is not, why is she so beautiful? The question is, why is your seeing so shallow? The mystic sees differently. He lowers his gaze, not from shame, but from awe. He sees the divine pouring through her like light through water. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't fantasize. He recognizes. And that's the difference between consumption and contemplation, between lust and love, between blindness and remembrance. She was not a body. She was a verse, not written in ink, but in breath, silence, and the curve of divine mercy. But you scrolled past her like a thumb through your phone. You saw, but you didn't read. And God asks in the Quran, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ? So which of your Lord's signs will you deny? Surah Ar-Rahman. She was one of those signs. You denied her. You say, she's just a girl. No, she was Al-Halim in patience, As-Sabur in her silence, Al-Ghafar in how she forgave things no one saw. The real clothed her not in hijab alone, but in satar, covered her in divine secrecy, not for erasure, but for exaltation. Ibn Arabi said, "The eye of the heart sees the real behind the veils of form. Only the blind stop at the skin." You looked at her hands and saw nothing. But did you not know? In the Quran, the mother of Musa is never named. But through her trembling palms, a prophet was saved. A nation was born. Women like her walk beside you every day, not with prophecy on their tongues, but with divinity in their manner. You ask, why is she silent? Because Al-Latif is subtle, and the names of God don't always shout. She does not speak to be heard. She breathes to remind. She moves to unveil. And if your eyes are still blind to her, then you're not just missing beauty, you're denying revelation. So again, God asks, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ? Which of her signs will you keep ignoring? You keep asking for proof. You say, if woman is sacred, where are her names in history? But the real laughs through silence, because the most sacred things were never written. Ibn Arabi said, God veils his secrets in what the world overlooks. The subtle truths are not shouted, they are embodied. The Quran spoke of a woman who argued with the Prophet himself. Surah Al-Mujadala, God heard her plea from above the 7 heavens. But history forgot her name. You know Khadijah? You know Fatima? Do you know the servant girl who once gave water to the Prophet, and he smiled so deeply that angels trembled? You don't. Because history remembers power, but the divine remembers presence. That woman who served food without thanks, her act was recorded in Law Mahfuz. That woman who stayed up praying while her children slept, her whispers pierced the heavens. You saw her in the hallway. Maybe you laughed at her scarf. Maybe you pitied her quietness. But she was closer to God than you've ever been. She was As-Satar, the veiled strength. She was Ash-Shakur, the quiet gratitude. She was An-Nur in the darkness you ignored. So don't tell me women lack honor in this religion. Tell me how blind we've been to the ones who carried it. The truth was never absent. You just didn't have the eyes to see it. You keep thinking it started with her, that somehow she caused the ache, the trembling, the awakening. But here's the truth no one tells you. She didn't plant the fire. She just touched the place where it was already burning. Ibn Arabi wrote, the lover is not created by the beloved. He is awakened through her. The love was placed by the real. She is only the key. It wasn't her smile that ruined your sleep. It was the sudden memory of beauty, real beauty, that your soul had long forgotten it was born for. You saw in her something ancient, something beyond time. She didn't tempt you. She called you back to your origin. You weren't obsessed with her. You were obsessed with the version of yourself you saw reflected in her presence, that moment of stillness, that flash of mercy, that glimpse of Al-Jamal, divine beauty itself. And yes, it shook you, because it showed you what you've become, a man full of words, but empty of prayer, a man who knows how to touch skin, but not how to feel a soul. She didn't come to be yours. She came to show you how far you've drifted from yourself, from him. She walked past you like a verse from Surah Yusuf, and you, like the brothers, were too caught up in ego to see the Joseph within. So don't chase her, chase what awakened in you, because if her presence triggered a longing, that longing wasn't for her, it was for home. And home is not in her arms. It's in the face behind her face. The name behind her breath. Al-Wadud, Al-Latif, Al-Haq. The one you forgot you were seeking. You thought she appeared in your life for you, for love, for destiny, for some cosmic romance. But no, she was never yours. She was his, a whisper, a lightning strike, a wake-up call from the realm you keep forgetting. Ibn Arabi said, the beloved is a veil over the beloved. To cling to the form is to lose the face. You were meant to see through her, not stop at her. You clung to the vessel and missed the wine. You kissed the envelope and threw away the letter. She wasn't the destination, she was a direction. She didn't come to stay, she came to point, to say, look. Look again. That ache in your chest, that wasn't desire, that was longing for the real you wanted her to love you. But she was sent so that you would remember love itself. Her eyes reminded you of mercy. Her silence reminded you of depth. Her presence reminded you of God's absence in your life. And now that she's gone, you finally understand. She was the Quran you never opened, the ayah you scrolled past, the prayer you postponed. She was never meant to be possessed. She was meant to possess your illusion and break it. And now, all that remains is the face behind all faces, the one who says in the Quran, فَأَيْنَ تَذْهَبُونَ? So where are you going? Surah At-Takwir 26. Not to her, not to yourself, but to him. If this stirred something deep inside you, if it made you see her differently or see yourself for the first time, then don't just scroll away. Subscribe to Heart's Whisper, because this isn't just content, it's a mirror, and maybe, just maybe, you were meant to see your reflection today. And one more thing, leave a comment. Tell me, have you ever met a woman who felt like a verse? Did you read her or just pass her by?